Hello everyone, I'm Charu, and today I want to talk a little bit about this grand shift that is happening in frequencies on Earth from the old energy to the new energy. Now, we all know about spiritual awakening. What happens once you're spiritually awakened? Does everything sail smoothly, or are there any bumps in the road that happen? What is the further round of progress that happens? What happens to an awakened person? So what is currently happening on Earth right now is that there's a transition that is happening from the old energy to the new energy. Now, even if you are already a spiritual person, you're an awakened person, you might still be experiencing some of these symptoms, and you might not have had an explanation as to why they were occurring till now. If these are happening to you, then it could be a symptom of you ascending to higher frequencies. The first symptom is that your whole body will ache, or especially parts of your body like your neck, your back, and your shoulders. They hurt. This happens because when the Kundalini energy inside us gets activated, there are changes which happen at the DNA and the cellular level. So, because of that, we get different aches and pains in our body. The second symptom rather, is that without any reason, you start to feel very sad from inside. We are leaving this cycle of moving from birth to death to birth to death and so on. And because we are leaving this cycle, that's why we have a lot of pain, and we have a lot of sadness inside us. It's just the same as someone living in a particular house for years on end, and then when you go to another house, even though you're excited about moving to the new house, leaving the old house still, some people have trouble getting detached from that feeling. So just like leaving your old house causes you nostalgia, sometimes a little bit of anxiety, similarly what happens with you when you move from the old energy to the new energy. The third symptom is that sometimes you'll just cry without a reason, and this happens because tears, when they happen, they are really helpful for cleansing our energies and for letting go and for feeling light. So, since there is an influx of energy inside us and we're not able to understand how to kind of maneuver this energy, there's an influx of a lot of energy, and also we are moving from the old to the new. There are a lot of mixed feelings inside us. So, to kind of comprehend that, sometimes our body uses the mechanism of tears to feel light. Then the next symptom is that suddenly you might notice a shift in your job, or if you have had a stable job for years, you might suddenly notice that you're changing jobs very frequently. This again is a very usual and a very common symptom, and you will see this in the people around you as well. It happens for a reason, and even if we have a job, even if we have our eye on a job that we feel is apt for us, that is suitable for us, we still will have a lot of trouble getting it. We'll have a lot of trouble, we'll have to change jobs a lot. So, all of these are symptoms that happen to the person who's moving from the old energy to the new energy. Now, the next symptom that happens is you start to feel a little distance from your family. This is because when we are moving from the chakra of our karma, when we are moving from the old to the new energy, we are also leaving behind a lot of our old patterns, a lot of our old astral threads, a lot of our old karmic, things which had to be resolved. So, because of that, the new relations which we will form will be purely on the basis of this new energy. There comes a time when you are closing all the books and all the accounts in the books, and that is why that causes a flurry of emotions inside us, and that is what we are not able to comprehend. The next one is, you will sleep very odd hours, and you might get up in the middle of the night at a very odd hour as well. You will get up between 2 to 4 in the morning, especially that is the time. And because there's a lot of work happening inside, we might not be able to sleep properly. Once we are awake, we might not know what to do about it. So, in that situation, instead of being troubled about it, instead of being troubled about your sleeping pattern, just know that this is happening because there is a shift of frequencies, there's a change in energies. That's why this is happening to you. So, if you're not able to sleep, just get up and start working. The next symptom after this is dreams. You're going to notice a very significant change in the kind of dreams that you have, in the severity of the dreams that you have. Some dreams will be very serious, some dreams will be fantastical, some dreams will be extrasensory. Just like our energy is shifting on every level, similarly at the astral level also our energies are shifting, and our physical level energies are trying to match up to that energy to retain that information of what is happening in the astral worlds. And that is why we are going to experience a shift in the kind of dreams that we also have. The next symptom after this is that we are going to experience some physical changes as well. We may lose, some kind of sensations of our body. We might not be able to feel the floor that's under our feet, or sometimes you might lose sensation of the physical substances around you. This happens because we are now learning to move beyond our physical body. And if this is something that's happening to you, it's totally normal, it's totally natural. So do not be afraid of it, and do not be perplexed by it. It's a very natural and common symptom of moving to the new energy. Ninth symptom after this is that we will start to talk to ourselves a lot. The frequency with which we interact with ourselves, and also the intensity with which we have conversations with ourselves, and we deal into information, and we dive into concepts, that was going to increase, and we are going to see a stark change in the graph in how we interact with our own self. The 10th symptom is that even when we're surrounded by a sea of people, we will feel all alone. This is something that we might have felt it when we were teenagers. But again, people are going to feel this on a very on a profound level. Loneliness is coming from a very different place. It's not just coming from the mind. So that again is a shift of energy which is happening. The 11th symptom is that you will not have any strong feelings. No strong happiness, no strong anger, neither positive nor negative. You just feel very indifferent towards things, and you will just accept things as they come. And even if something good happens, or even if something bad happens, you won't delve into it as much as you would have when you were your old self. And last but not the least, the most important feeling that you will get is that you will want to go back home. Now, this is a feeling that everybody who's come into the spiritual field has kind of encountered at some point, which is why they made this leap into the spiritual side of things. But this feeling now will be more pronounced than ever, and you will just have a very, very, very strong inclination to go back home. Even if you do not know what that home currently is, you will just have a feeling to go back there. So, all of these points that I have mentioned right now are points that were channeled from an entity called Tobias, and this entity was channeled by somebody called Jeffrey Hopp in the West. And we have a book called New Energy, which is in Hindi. It's been translated by Revati Devi, and she has, given all the information, all the data that is necessary for us to know on our journey as we go forward from old energy into the new energy. So I found this book extremely enlightening, and I hope all of you take a look at this book and you read this book, and you are able to make this transition as smooth as possible for you and others around. Thank you.